back everyone for some more of my Juventus career mode here for FIFA 21. I almost said Almeria there for a second, but as you can see, we are facing them in the round of 16 of the Champions League, which you guys got to see in the last episode, which I'm still blown away by that, which I'm going to show you guys round of 16 again. Which, by the way, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. But yeah, you can see the round of 16 ties, and of all the teams we had to get in the round of 16, we had to get Almeria, which not only did they get Cristiano Ronaldo and Alexandro from us, but they also got Mateus Cunha and Cheika Soyuncu added to their squad as well. It's going to be interesting to see what the starting 11 looks like against us. And speaking of which, I forgot to show this in the last video, but I did look at La Liga to see how they're doing. And at Christmas, they played 18 games, and they were 2 points ahead of Real Madrid in first, and 8 points ahead of 5th place, Real Sociedad. We're going to go in here again and see how the league looks now. But I could kick myself for not showing that at the end of the last video, or at some point in the last video. You can see Real Madrid has overtaken Almeria for the time being with 15 games remaining. They are a single point ahead of Almeria. And Real Betis they are tied with Atletico Madrid for 4th, which it's going to be tight. Even Real Sociedad has a realistic chance of making the Champions League, but it's going to be very tight for Almeria. Hopefully they can get and maintain at least a Champions League spot. But another thing I want to talk about before we start, which we're gonna act like we're gonna play the first leg against Almeria, but we're just gonna sim it. But I do want to go ahead and show you guys transfer business. You can see several of our players are out on loan. And then I ended up getting Joachim Anderson as my new backup center back because Chiellini has dropped down to 74. His overall is plummeting like a rock. But I ended up getting him for a straight $30 million from Mönchengladbach. And to be honest with you, a part of me wanted to get him because he was linked with Newcastle in real life. And I really didn't feel like messing about trying to find a backup center back for too long off camera. So I went ahead and signed Joachim Anderson. He's 81 rated. Oh, when I signed him, he was 80 rated, but I did end up signing him to for 63 grand a week in wages. And one more thing before I get into this game against Almeria, I did make the controversial decision. And I dropped Federico Chiesa, and I brought on Ansu Fati as my starting winger because Fati, as you can see, is now at an 86, and Chiesa's at an 85. The rest of the team's grown pretty nice, so I feel comfortable with this team. Nunez is still the lowest rated player, but I do think he will reach an 84 before too long. But take a look at the calendar here real quick. Which, by the way, we are in the final of the Coppa Italia, which you'd see Cagliari, we beat 1-0 in the semifinals. But what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to play this game, probably going to sim this game against Parma, play the game against Roma. Oh, this is, I forgot this was 2 legs. Okay. So we'll be playing the second leg against Cagliari, play the game against Inter, and then play the second leg against Almeria. And that's how it's going to be for this video. So without further ado, we're going to get into this. Okay, let's see the starting 11. Okay, they got Ronaldo up front, Rossi, Tovan on each side of him, Cunha up behind Ronaldo with Puig and Pjanic in midfield, Stupinian, Felipe, Soyuncu, Mendes, and De Gea is in goal. Keep on forgetting we can actually change weather conditions in this FIFA, so we are playing under foggy conditions, but having said that, we're not actually going to play this game. I do want to see the Estadio Mediterraneos one more time. You can see Ruben Neves is a featured player here. You can see Florian Thauvin, one of the best players we had before we moved to Juventus. Foggy night here in the south of Spain. Going to old stomping grounds here. Kind of curious to see what their bench looks like. You see Rossi, Ronaldo, Thauvin. That's supposed to be Ricky Puig, Pjanic. Soyuncu right there. De Gea. Cunha wearing the captain's armband. That's interesting. Wait, is that Cunha? That's gotta be embarrassing when I said that was Cunha and it wasn't. Yeah, I want to see what the bench looks like. It looks like they're signing all the. It looks like they put all their big guns out against us. I'm surprised I didn't have Centeus in the starting lineup at sub capacity. I'm surprised I didn't point him out on the right instead of Mendes. Because I think when we left the club, he was only at a 74, 75. He wasn't super high rated, unless he jumped in overall since we left. Let's see. Alexandro's on the bench. Alario, Centeas, Aubameyang, Apia, Gonzalo Martinez. But we're going to go ahead and sim this first leg. We're going to jump to the result. And we get the 2-1 win. Fabinho could have made a 3-1 had he not missed a penalty in the 88th minute. Chiesa, Nunez scoring for us. Martinez scoring for them, coming off the bench for Cunha. But you can see we got 14 games remaining in Serie A, and we have an 11-point lead over second place Inter, who we will be playing later on in this episode. But we're going to go ahead and sim to this match against Parma. We're going to sim this one at home with our first team. We'll play with our second team against Roma. Let me look at their kits here real quick. Parma's always been one of those clubs that I've kind of had a soft spot for. And unsurprisingly, the kits are rather sharp. But we're going to go ahead and quick sim this. Watch, we'll lose this game. No, we end up winning. Neves, Ansu Fati, and Darwin Nunez with goals for us. Inter held to a draw against Spezia. That helps us out in the title hunt. But we're gonna go ahead, sim ahead to our second team. We are now 13 points ahead of Inter now. Okay, I'm not surprised there's a chat. Geddes is now up to an 87. I need to be more consistent with the pronunciation of his name. But we are traveling to the Italian capital. We are going to be taking on Roma FC on here, although they're AS Roma in real life. But yeah, 13 games remaining and 13-point lead over Inter, so hopefully we can keep this up. We are not playing in the rain. It's one thing I love about this FIFA. You can actually control the weather. Oh, I didn't mean to play with my first team. I meant to play with my second team. Crap. Oh well. I'll play with my second team the next game then. Darn it. Is Darwin Nunez the featured player? Yeah, I did not want to play with my first team again. I'll have to do that the next game. Oops. That's okay though. At least nobody in my first team should complain about lack of game time. No, I'm probably going to get people from my second team that's going to be complaining about game time, but probably Chiesa is probably going to start complaining. Though he has been scoring off the bench, so... But we'll see. Because I think after this game, we're going to be playing against Inter, which I'll put my second team up for that. And after that will be the second leg against Cagliari in the Coppa Italia, and then after that will be the second leg against Almeria. Darwin Nunez opens up the scoring. Should have been the second team, not... Hey, if you're just going to give me the ball, hey, might as well. I don't know what Roma was doing there, but... Quick fire double by Nunez. Ruben Neves. Yeah, that was offside. Everybody that was on that attack was offside, so I was screwed no matter what. British, are you onside? I think you are. I'm just going to go ahead. Jump to the result. I think that's Lucas Moura end up getting a consolation goal for them. Inter beating Sassuolo, so they'll remain 13 points behind us. Yeah, I told him we got bigger games coming up, and I ended up starting him anyway because I'm a Nimrod. Oh, we're going to be playing them in the... Well, I'll be playing my second leg, the second leg in the Cup. I mean, I'll be playing my second team against Cagliari here in the Cup. So that kind of works out. And I'll play my first team against Inter and... Almeria. Just gonna go ahead and save. We're gonna show you guys the progress throughout the Coppa Italia. You can see we... Oh yeah, we beat Sampdoria 3-2 in the round of 16. We beat Fiorentina 4-0 in the quarterfinals, and then we'll be playing against Roma in the Cup, so we'll be facing off against them once again before the season is over. And you can see we have a 1-0 advantage over Cagliari after we beat them early in February. Clear skies. I'm surprised they didn't put us in the rain. Those Cagliari kits look nice, I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm gonna wear those kits on them. Put our normal kits on us. Okay, we are playing with our second team, which is what I want. See, Federico Chiesa, my former starting right winger, ended up getting relegated to the bench because Ansu Fati is growing like a friggin' weed. You can see Adrian Rabiot warming up for us. But here we are, the second leg of the Coppa Italia. Pitch ourselves against Cagliari. I believe they're on an island, the Corsica or whatever. I think, unless I'm thinking of somebody else, but I think the ground is on an island. But we already know Roma is on to the final. They did end up eliminating Inter. They beat AC Milan and Lecce as well, so Nico Barella is on this team. That's interesting. Unless that's a different Barella. Nope, that is Nicola Barella. Thank you, announcer. Of course, Cagliari in real life ended up getting promoted after getting relegated a couple seasons ago. They ended up going back up to Serie A in the first attempt. Alongside Genoa as well. It was Genoa and Cagliari coming straight back up, and then the other team that went up was Frosinone. Which I don't think Frosinone is even on this game. Mahmoud Dahoud, that's a name I haven't said in a while. Don't really say too much about him. He's pretty much my fourth string midfielder. He's not on the bench of my starting lineup. That honor goes to Rabiot. Rabiot. Think of that song Radio from Rammstein when I say Rabiot. Says Chiellini's going to be hanging up the boots, though. I haven't really heard anything. And I know I'm taking a risk with this, but hopefully we've done enough to secure a result. Which we have. Zaza could have made things interesting with a 2-1 result, but you see Fati came on for Chiesa. And we are up against AS Roma in the Coppa Italia final, so not sure when that will be. But we are gonna sim ahead. Yeah, even if we win, we'll be at 78 points, 16-point lead, but we'll still have 11 more games to play, 33 more points to play for. So clinching the title is still a long ways away yet. Okay, when is the cup? Oh, that's all the way in May. Okay. But we're going to go ahead. It's a 1v2 matchup here in Serie A action. We'll keep the kits on as is. I am not playing in the rain. It's nice being able to change the weather, because if it was up to EA, I would be playing every single day in the rain. Ansu Fati is now at an 87. He is growing like, man, De Ligt is now at a 91. Montiel is at an 87. Kind of hoping Zinchenko reaches an 85. He should. Bentancur is at an 85. So my guys are growing really good here. I'm very happy with the... Only thing is, though, with me growing them as much as what I am, it's going to increase their value. And if I hope to bring some of these guys with me to whatever team I go to next, should I move to another team after this, then it's going to be harder for me to get these guys. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not even entertaining job offers until around the final episode of this season, so... Because I don't want to get my hopes up like I did last season. I was really hoping I'd be managing Borussia Dortmund, but that did not happen, so... But I do ideally want to manage either Bundesliga or a Premier League team after managing Juve here this season. I preferably, besides Dortmund, Leipzig would be fun. Leverkusen would be fun. And in the Premier League, I probably would not do Manchester City or Liverpool for reasons. I think of anybody in the Premier League, I would consider Manchester United, Arsenal, and Tottenham, those three teams specifically, because they really haven't had a whole lot of success in terms of winning trophy in recent seasons. I mean, if you don't count Manchester United's Carabao Cup win against Newcastle, I'm not sure if you want to consider that a major trophy or not, even though it kind of is, but I mean, they haven't won a Premier League in how many seasons? Tottenham has never won a Premier League title in the Premier League era. Arsenal has not won the Premier League since the Invincible run, so... But yeah, I think that one of those three teams would be funny to do career mode after this. But I have to actually get a job offer for them first. And this is pretty much, because I'm kind of doing a Journeyman career mode, this is about the only time you'll ever see me managing already established clubs. Okay, I think we've done enough. Hopefully. And we did keep the clean sheet. Lautaro Martinez ended up missing a penalty. Mario came on for Fadi, and Chiesa came on for Geds. But yeah, even with that win, we're still ways to go before we clinch the title. Fred's complaining. I could actually. If I'm not mistaken, Fabinho missed a penalty in the first leg, so I think I am going to go ahead. I'm going to rotate just a little bit. I'm going to give Anderson some time. I think I'm going to put Chiesa on there, and I think I'm going to put Rabiot on for Ruben Neves. So a bit of a rotated squad to go with the second leg here against Almeria, our former club. Okay, how's the other... Let me say first. Let's see how the other Champions League round of 16 ties are looking before we continue on. Okay. Lille has eliminated Roma, so we don't have to worry about facing them again. Atletico eliminated Bayern. Liverpool has a slight edge over Leverkusen. PSG looks like they're moving on against Napoli. Barcelona and Manchester United are tied. Real Madrid smashed Inter, so probably won't have to deal with Inter either. Looks like we're going to be, unless something weird happens, looks like we're going to be the only Italian team in the quarterfinals. Manchester City having the edge over Borussia Dortmund. But here we go. Leg 2, I should say. We're going to keep kits on the way that they are. Clear skies. They brought in Milero this time instead of... I can't think of who was the starting center mid alongside Puig in the last match. But that's... Whoever it was, that's the only sub that they've made. Boy, I'm drawing a blank right now. I don't know who was partnering Puig the game before. That's bad. My memory has not been as sharp as what it should be. That kind of scares me a little bit. But regardless, they've only made one change since the last time we faced them. Let's see, Montreal, they're focusing on him because he used to play for Almeria when I managed the club. I brought him and Darwin Nunez over to Italy. And I should also say that we're taking on the reigning Champions League champions as well. We did win the Champions League with Almeria last season, so... It's a knockout phase, which... Let me see something. Actually, I don't think we can on here. Okay, let's jump to Sim because I do want to see the bench. I can't believe I can't remember who the other midfielder was. There we go! I was gonna say, you can't say that was offside. Kind of showing poor sportsmanship celebrating against my former team here. Cunha with the ball. Malero is actually a decent player with Almeria when I managed him, so I'm not really surprised he's getting the nod here. Rabiot, can you make it two? Yes, you can. Doesn't matter, he celebrates. He has no ties with my old team. Nunez is a different story. But I think that's going to be all she wrote here with this, hopefully. And De Ligt gets a yellow card. Hopefully that does not mean a suspension. But we have advanced 4-1 on aggregate. We have eliminated our former team. Please tell me Leverkusen knocked out Liverpool. Yeah, they did. They knocked them out on away goals. Good. So we don't have to worry about playing Liverpool again. But that is where we're going to call it. Why is Gids complaining about game time? He's pretty much played every game this episode. That's kind of weird, but whatever. I'm going to fix this squad. Yeah, Gids has practically played every game in this episode, and he's complaining about getting more game time. How many more games am I supposed to give him? But we are going to sim ahead here. Hopefully we'll find out who we'll be playing in the Champions League next episode. Because that's where we're going to be picking things up on. Which, it'll be sometime, either late February or late March or early April. So you will find out right at the very beginning of the next episode who will be playing. But we are going to stop things here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And hope you guys enjoyed seeing me take on my former team. That was a bit of a bittersweet victory, but we do have business to do here now that we are managing Juve. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time. Excuse me.